Hello and welcome back. Oops. Just hit myself there. Welcome back. Hope you guys all had a good long weekend. And I am here today to share to you about the real estate market, of course. Today, I just want to take a look at numbers such as new listing on the market, what's sold, and things like that. This will help you guys get a better understanding of what's going on in the market, like how the activity is. Is it slow? Is it hot? Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? So if you're a buyer, these charts, what I'm going to share with you next, is actually going to help you to figure out, is it a good time to buy? Sellers, if it's a good time to sell. If you're investors, this will also help you. And if you're a real estate agent, will actually get you to know what is actually happening in the real estate market and not just what it feels like, right? So that being said, today I am actually sharing with you data, charts, and graphs. So if you like data, charts, and graph, then stick around. If not, then maybe you can just not look at the screen and just listen to what's going on. So here I go. Here is the chart that I want to share with you guys. So before I share, actually one more thing before I share it. So every week, my office and we've been reviewing the real estate market ever since COVID happened. And so what we look at in the market is anything that's new inventory. So anything that comes on the market, anything that's been sold, and anything that's selling over asking. So this is we want to have a feel for what's going on in the market every single week. And then we made a chart. So here we go. Let's see here. Push play. Where is my comment box? Hold on one second. Let me look for my comment box, because you know how I is still new to this thing, and we're just still trying to figure out what is all this going on here. So comment box, here we are. There we go. So I can see the comments if anybody's watching live and wants to leave a comment. Now I can see you guys. Oh. Okay, so what's going on in the real estate market? So here, let me explain it first before I go through it. This here is the blue line, is anything that's new that comes on the market. So we're looking at the GTA, so all of Toronto and area. So GTA, Greater Toronto and area. So that includes Mississauga, it includes York region. It just includes the whole GTA, right? And so this just gives you a feel of what's going on. And so anything that's new, actually, I'm so sorry. Let's try that again. GTA means just the Toronto area, not York region and Mississauga. So anywhere in Toronto. So if you have a 416 phone number, you would be in this graph here. So new listing is anything that came on the market. So a brand new listing. So the blue line here indicates how many homes came on the market in that week. Okay. The green line, the green line is anything that's sold in that week, and then we chart it, and then anything that's sold over asking. So anything that sold at 101% to 102%, anything over 100% is in the yellow line. And so how we translate this graph is, first of all, it starts here where in 2020 when COVID hits. So you can see the number of listings drop dramatically, and along with sales and along with people who were in bidding wars. So this little dip here is, I believe, March in 2020, right? And then this dip here would be January, Christmas time, and again here, January, Christmas time, that just passed. So 2020 Christmas, 2021 Christmas is over here. So if you can follow my mouse here, okay? So far, so good? So looking at today, the market, you can see that there's a surplus of inventory. So maybe that's where you guys are feeling that the market is a little bit slow, because things aren't selling as fast as they were, which is like this point here in February and March, right? February, March is about here. So this dip here would be January, and then, around here would be February, March, and then April starts to go down. You can see that. So this is graphed weekly. So this is kind of like a weekly chart. And so you can see there is a surplus of listing, like I just said. So the green is everything that's sold. So you can see that there is a gap between how many are coming on the market and how many are sold. And all the space in between here is everything that's left sitting on the market. This is your inventory that's sitting. So you can see here in February, there wasn't a lot of things that are left over. You can hardly, everything was kind of being gobbled up, right? And now there's a lot of things left on the market. So is it a good time to buy? Well, you tell me. If there's a lot of inventory for you to pick from, would that be a good thing or a bad thing, right? And then the sold, of course, you can see that are sliding off a little bit, and the sold over asking. So if you're wondering if anything is selling over asking nowadays, well, you can see that there is, right? And it looks like half. Coming from this point to that point, it looks like there's half of things are selling in multiple offer. And so this is how I keep track to see how the market is really doing, right? Not just the news, not just, what people feel about, what other agents are saying, just completely what's going on in the market, right? And another chart I want to share with you guys. So I'll be reviewing this every single week. Okay, so hopefully every single week, because this is when we add data to it, we add it every single week. And, if I scroll up, you can see that graph is based on data. Everything, every week we add it in, and then we just chart it to see how it's going. So back in January, February, when I was reviewing this chart for myself, I can see that I'm like, oh my goodness, that is right. Everything is selling, right? Almost everything was being gobbled up. That means prices are going to increase and things like that. As soon as this happened over here, right here, like I knew it was coming, and I should have done this like a long time ago, so you guys can follow along too. But I had to get this whole setup and this mic, so that the videos will at least look appealing, so that you guys can watch. So now that I have it all set up, I'll do my best to review this every single week to let you guys know what is really happening in the real estate market. So in this gap here, back to this gap here, that when this happened, like I can tell, I'm like, oh, look, there's more houses being left on the market for people to pick from, right? And I'm like, okay, it looks like there's a buying opportunity, right? So all these here is buying opportunity. So over here, when this had a spike, right? This would have been, I believe, the summer. Yeah, the summer. Or let's see, this is March. And this is fall. This would be your fall. Sorry, around here would be fall, right? And then from fall, the listing came down. And when I saw this, when this hit that number, this and this line came closer together, I'm like, oh my God, we don't have enough inventory. It looks like a great selling opportunity, right? And then I would tell my sellers, I'm like, it's a great time to sell. Right? And then as it goes down, and then everyone's trying to buy a home, everyone's frustrated. There's so many multiple offers. Everything was selling and over asking. You can see how the yellow line and the green line almost touched. And then so as soon as there was a break, I can tell, because I can see it. I can see it in the market that there's a break. And right here, we're having a much bigger break, right? So here's another chart I want to share with you guys. So this compares year to year to year. So 2020 is the blue, 2021 last year is the green, and 2022 is this year. So first we're going to look at, let me just pull this up a little bit bigger. Yeah. So first we're going to look at what inventory. So everything that comes onto the market will be considered new listing. And so you can see in COVID, there was not a lot, there's a big giant dip. Nobody wanted to sell their home. We were in lockdown. And so it took a great dip. And then, we got used to COVID, or people had to move, whatever it may be. And then inventory came up again, right? And then the winter that year, everything came down again, right? So this is just less and less inventory coming on the market, this blue one here. So if we take a look at this year, 2022, right? It looks like we have about almost the same inventory as last year today. Today, that is, right? You can tell here in this yellow line here, this would be, where was this? February, March. We had less inventory than the year before. So that's why when you feel like when there's less inventory and everyone's buying homes, then most likely prices will go up, right? And so here are the sales, number of people selling, like a number of homes that sold. And again, this is the blue one in COVID year. And then last year is the green, and this year's the yellow, right? So how much are we selling? Well, we're not selling as many as we did last year. Maybe there's not that many homes as last year. That's why, right? Last year we had more inventory, which is the green one. So we had more to sell. And this year we had less inventory, and so we have less to sell. Let's just figure out how many sales are happening comparable to every year, right? We're still doing better than COVID. So here we are at multiple offers. So everyone loves this chart because everyone wants to know, oh my God, how much, our home selling multiple offer, what's happening, right? So any home that sell at 101 or more percent of their listing will fall into this category. And so in COVID, you can see almost nobody was doing multiple offer. Well, there's some, but still almost nobody. And then it picked up again. So let's compare last year and this year. So last year again is the green, this year's the yellow. Right? Last year, there was many, many more multiple offer than there are this year, right? Except for the beginning of the year. Beginning of the year, we almost surpassed the year before that. But you can see here now, less and less homes are selling in multiple offers. So what does this mean? This means if you're a seller and you're going on the market, you kind of want to know what's happening in the market, right? And if you should be picking a strategy that's working for you, should we go under asking and sell in a multiple offer, or should you just sell at a price, at a market value price, and have it sold? Well, this talks about the market in general, like the GTA. And if you want to see something like this for your specific area, right, I can do that too. You just gotta let me know which area you want to see, and I can see if I can put something like this together for you. It won't be year over year because there'll be too much data, but I can put something, in the last, since January to today. And most likely I can do something like this, right? From January to today over here. So it would be like this part of the graph only, from here to here, of whichever market you live in, so that you can understand, do I have a surplus of listings? Do I don't have a surplus of listings? Are things selling? How much selling? Is it half of the homes are selling, or 90% of the home are selling? We want to know how the market is doing. And then of course, how many multiple offers happening, right? So hopefully that helps you guys a little bit to understand what's going on in the market, what really is going on in the market, right? To see if things are hot or somewhat hot. Is there a surplus of listings or not a surplus listing? Is it a good time to sell, good time to buy? You can look at these graphs and kind of judge for yourself if this is the market you want to buy or sell real estate. If you want a little bit more clarity on your own situation, feel free to just reach out. I'll be more than happy to review the market and your situation and see how that works out for you. Well, that's all for today. Until next time, I will share with you more information. I will see you all next time. Thanks again for joining.